Welcome to another video in our series on how to get paid to go to college and how to pay for college. What I like to call how to get somebody to give you their Benjamins for free. Let's build a financial aid package. Let's start with total cost. How do we come up with the total cost to go to college? We can figure out what the total cost to attend college will be by using a net price calculator. We can find a net price calculator by Googling the name of the university and net price calculator. I'm going to use Weber State University because that one's easy and I'm really familiar with it. So when I click on this, it's going to ask us a couple of questions about who we are and some information about ourselves and our income. So we're going to choose the freshman calculator. We're going to get started. We're going to say that our state of residence is Utah. We're going to say that we live on campus. We're going to say that we have a 3.0 GPA. We took the ACT and got a 20. We did not take the SAT. And then we're going to say yes to we've completed 12 credits of concurrent enrollment. And we're going to say that we will be graduating this year. All right, and we're going to view the results. So I'm going to skip over this part because I'm going to come back to it a little bit later, and we're going to calculate our financial aid. We're going to say that we're 17 years old, that we're not married, we don't support financially any children, and we're not a U.S. veteran or active duty military. And hit continue. Okay, so for this part, you'll need to complete the FAFSA forecaster, and you can get some more information about the FAFSA from another video. So for my purposes, I'm going to say that I filled out the FAFSA forecaster and my family is not able to help me pay for college. So my estimated family contribution, or EFC, is going to be 0. And we're going to submit. I said that I'm going to live on campus. And I'm going to skip this part. They ask for information to mail you some more information about the school. Okay, so it's going to break down my financial aid, but what I want to look at right here is the total cost of attendance. So it's going to have tuition and fees right here. It's going to show you what it costs for housing right here. So I can obviously already lower my costs if I'm going to live at home. And then it estimates the cost for books and supplies. And this one's generally a little bit high. It's going to calculate transportation costs, personal costs, groceries, things like that. And it's going to give you a total right here of $20,564 for 1 year at Weber State University. So we're going to use that amount and a little visualization to figure out how to come up with this total cost of $20,564. Okay, so that number probably sounds incredibly scary. I know that one of the things that I worried about the most with going to college was how to pay for it. So I'm not going to go into depth in all types of financial aid, but we're going to throw in the ones that are kind of big. So one of the things you probably will get first is your Pell Grant, and that is huge. So $6,095 is the max amount this year that you can get. So that's a huge chunk of financial aid. Maybe our pretend student has won a couple of scholarships, like Clinton City for $700 or the Weber State Ethics Scholarship for $1,000. Maybe they've looked at tuition reimbursement with an employer or VA benefits. They've also maybe gotten work study for $2,000. And they're looking at state grants like the Regent Scholarship or the New Century Scholarship. We're going to leave out loans because we'll avoid those as much as possible. But now I'm still not quite to my $20,000. I've got a bunch of gaps. So how am I going to fill those gaps? We're going to fill those gaps with sand, the small stuff. Well, we fill those gaps through institutional aid, like this. to get a full and complete financial aid and meet all that need that we have to be able to go to school. Let's go back inside. All right, so what does institutional aid even mean? It just means that there's free money, they call it gift aid. You don't have to pay it back, that you can get from the school that you choose to attend. School has different amounts of money that they have to give away to students. This is free money that you don't have to pay back. And you can get some idea of how much schools have to give away in a financial aid package by Googling the name of the school and average financial aid package to see how much money each school has to give away. We're going to go to the web and we are going to search average financial aid package, and we're going to search University of Utah. And it will come up with a couple of different websites that are giving a guesstimate as to what the average financial aid package looks like. And you can compare that to the cost of tuition. So this website's coming up with $16,986. If we did the same thing for Utah State University, oh, doesn't want to do that. Let's try Weber State University. So you can see it pulls up with a lower financial aid package, but also the cost of tuition is lower. But you can compare that to the cost of tuition for a year just to get a general idea of how much financial aid each of these schools have to offer. Generally, you have to complete a separate application from the admissions application for this aid, and you need to pay attention to deadlines. These are usually first come, first serve type of scholarships that you want to be one of the first applications to get and have the most opportunity to get the most financial aid. Universities sometimes break this gift aid into a couple of categories. One of them would be merit. This is based on academics, and you can get a scholarship for that. So one of the things that you can do is search for the name of the university and their scholarship index. And this is going to show you, for our pretend student, based on our GPA, anything in this colored area, I can get an academic scholarship. So we can see that based on my ACT score, I was just shy of getting an academic scholarship, and maybe I need to retake the ACT to get the 2 more points that I need to get an academic scholarship. The other type of merit aid that you could look into would be a concurrent enrollment scholarship. So let me stop that. This would be for a student that has completed 12 credits of concurrent enrollment with a B average, and you can get a $2,000 tuition waiver. That means that they waive that $2,000 fee for up to 4 years. So those are really great ones. The CE classes are very inexpensive, a great way to get ahead with your degree, and a really great way to get a scholarship. Another type of institutional or gift aid that the school that you want to attend might have would be need-based aid, and it's something called a Federal Supplemental Educational Opportunity Grant, or an FSEOG grant. They love to make them really long and complicated acronyms. So this would be one that your university, based on your FAFSA and the total cost, looks at it and says, hey, this student still is missing, has some of those gaps, and hasn't quite been able to meet the total cost of school, and the school itself can award you that type of aid. So the last type of institutional aid that I want to talk about are activity scholarships. So you can find those right here on the Weber State website. Now, for other universities, they may not have a list on their website like Weber State does, as concisely showing you all of the ones that are available. So you might have to do a little bit more digging, but a lot of universities have very similar scholarships at their schools as well. So There's eligibility requirements for these scholarships. There's a GPA requirement of a 2.5. You have to be a full-time student registered for 12 credits. That's roughly 3 to 4 classes. And you're going to need to complete the requirements for the specific scholarship. The Alumni Association has to do with maybe a parent or a grandparent has graduated from Weber State. That could make you eligible for an alumni scholarship. And there's a couple other ones I want to highlight. One right here is the Admissions Ambassador Scholarship. This will be a forward-facing position at the university where you would give tours and speak with prospective students and parents. There is time. You're going to have to commit some time to that, but it might be worth it for how much money they give you, and it's not a crazy time commitment. So if you get the athletic scholarship, those are crazy amazing. Each department at the school might also have scholarships, but you'll have to look at eligibility requirements for those because they're sometimes not offered to first-year students. They're kind of geared towards maybe a sophomore, junior, and senior. So you just have to look at the requirements for that. Okay, I wanted to show you guys how to search for departmental scholarships because not all of them will be geared towards sophomores, juniors, and seniors, and there will be times where those scholarships will be available to freshmen. So I'm going to share my screen. And so the way to start doing this is to search for the department that you are interested in or you're going to be majoring in. So I was an economics major, so we're going to start with that. So I searched for Weber State Economics Department Scholarship. And if I click on the Department of Economics, it takes a little bit of hunting when you get to the department's website to see if they have any scholarships available. And I've already been to this website multiple times, and so I know when I look through resources and activities, I can see scholarships is listed right here. And I can click on Explore More for more information about that. And see right here, I can see that there's a scholarship for international economics that's awarded every year for international students. And maybe they'd have something else listed here. They have a couple of awards, or maybe I need to reach out by email to the department themselves to see if they have any scholarships available for their department, or we have something else like we had the admissions ambassador positions. And maybe the department gives tours and they have similar positions to that. So that would be something else. It'd be good to reach out to the department itself to see if they have anything available for you. And if they do, if that's available to you in your freshman year, or if there's something you need to do during your freshman year to be eligible for those scholarships when you become a sophomore. For example, the art department has scholarships, but it's the work that you do during your freshman year to be eligible to apply for those scholarships or free money during your sophomore year. You could do dance, debate. Another great scholarship is this Emerging Leaders Scholarship to really help you develop and evolve maybe some leadership skills that you want as you go into the job market. So this one might be a great one for you. I highly recommend looking into this one. Maybe you want to do the first year experience and be a mentor in your second year of college to incoming freshmen. That one might be a good one for you. Maybe you want to be the DJ on the radio station. You could work in the non-traditional student center. There could be a performing arts scholarship. You could be a member of the orchestra and not be majoring in music, but you could get paid to do that. The other one I really wanted to highlight is the Center for Multicultural Excellence. So this one is really great for our students. There's an opportunity to get a housing scholarship through the Center for Multicultural Excellence, and those are really hard to find. But they have a great list of scholarships on their website. You can find them based on ethnicity, or you can just scroll through and click on all of them individually to see what the requirements are. This was where you would find scholarships for undocumented students, and really great resources for finding some additional aid as you're looking to fill those gaps that you might have and need. Another type of institutional financial aid that it will be worth your time to look into is undergraduate research. And I'm going to show you how to find that. So you would just search the name of the university and Office of Undergraduate Research. And lots of colleges and universities offer these. So here on this website, I can show you the details for this scholarship because I have helped students get this one. So there are scholarship requirements. You have to be full-time. You have to maintain a 3.0 GPA, which is a B average. You have to enroll in courses offered out of honors that are specific to this course. And there's a letter of reappointment from a faculty mentor that's needed. And then they're going to give you money. Every semester, they'll give you money for this. This is an opportunity for students to work one-on-one with a professor and get mentorship from a professor in the major that they're interested in and really get some hands-on experience that they could use on a resume. So not for everyone. If you're undecided about what you want to do, maybe this isn't a good fit for you, but definitely for students that are coming in who are really sure about what they're majoring in and what their career plans are. This is a really, really good fit to get in and get some hands-on experience and be able to put that on a resume. I'd like to go back to our net price calculator and take a look again at the institutional financial aid. So if I scroll farther down on the net price calculator, it's going to include some of the things that we've talked about. It's going to include your concurrent enrollment scholarship. It is going to offer you a housing scholarship, and that could vary school to school, but if I end up deciding to live at home, I don't have to worry about that. It's going to include your Pell Grant, and in this this one is a state grant. That also is something that you don't pay back. That Pell Grant is something that you don't pay back as well. And if I keep scrolling down, it's going to offer me this estimated total scholarship and other aid to come up with a net price of $10,669, which if it was housing, I take out $8,000 for housing and I'm down to $2,000. So you can see that that total price looks super scary in the beginning, but with a lot of different factors, you can find a financial aid package that covers nearly all of your gap or all of your gap. And that can be really personalized to the student. So one thing I really want you to remember about institutional financial aid is this is why it's really important to apply for 3 schools. I really tell kids that every single time their senior year and we're doing admissions applications, that I really would like them to have at least 3 options, because this amount of aid, this free money that they can get from the school varies so much from school to school. So you're not going to get this total financial aid package until quite later in your senior year, maybe in April or May. And you want to be able to have options that maybe you could go to school for free at Snow College, or maybe at Weber State you're going to have to pay $2,000, or maybe at University of Utah you're going to have to pay way more than that, so that you really have a good idea of, you know, where am I going to go? What is that package going to look like? How does that compare to other schools? So I hope you can see that even though that initial price may seem really scary, there's lots and lots of ways to find free aid to help you to be able to pay for college and not have to take out loans. Again, as usual, reach out to your Gear Up advisor. We would love to help you personally find a good fit for you for financial aid and help you meet all the financial need that you have to attend school and get that dream job that you really hope for. Take care, guys.